Thank you for joining me today. This is a video about downloading drivers and software for Logitech webcams. Now, the example that I'm going to use today is the Logitech webcam C270. And what we need to do is go to your web browser, and I left click on it, and on the search bar, all I gotta do is type in Logitech webcam C270 driver download. That is the model that I have. I don't recommend this particular model. It's not a very good camera, not in today's standards. Maybe 5 years ago it would have been okay, but today I would recommend you buy something with more features. So we have at the very top here, we have two links. We have the support, logi.com, which takes you to the downloads of the webcam C270, and you can go to the web page, and then it gives you a whole bunch of information about this particular webcam. So let's make this quick. I'm going to choose the very top search result. Once I click on that, basically here it tells you there are no downloads for this version. And the reason why is because the default setting here is Windows 11, which I do not have anyway. So this information is useless to me. If I click on the arrow, then I have the option to go with Windows 10, which I currently have. If you have Windows 8, Windows 7, or even a Mac, click on the plus and you go to the Mac and choose the version of Mac you are using. So I'm going to click on Windows 10, and here I'm going to be able to see a little bit of information about the camera and the software. So Windows version 2.12.8. The last update was 2020, a couple of years ago, and it's for Windows 7, 8, and 10. The size is 76.5 megabytes for Windows, and it's half of that for Mac. So if I click on download, it's going to download the software, which is at the bottom left screen for me, and there's an arrow next to it. Once it's completed, there's an arrow next to it that's pointing up. I'm going to left click that, and I have the options to open it, show in folder, cancel, and so on and so on. So I'm going to do show in folder, and I have two of them here because I downloaded it earlier. So this one is just a duplicate with the one in brackets. It's just a duplicate of the first one I downloaded. So either one I click on, it'll do the exact same thing. So let's click on this, double click it, and it's going to ask me for end user license agreement. If you accept, you're able to install it. If you do not accept, if you do not put a check mark here, you're not going to be able to install it. This install will not be highlighted. The only option you'll have here is to cancel. So let's click it, do install, and it will automatically install it in C drive, programs x86. I don't have the option to choose another drive, which I believe is a little bit iffy. I prefer to install it in another drive because I do have more than one drive in my system. So I prefer to do that, but I don't have that option, unfortunately. So anyway, I'm going to close the download folder window, which is this one here. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to minimize our website. And on your screen, somewhere on your screen, you will have a Logitech camera settings. if you double click that, it's going to open a window, and probably in the center of your screen, with a with the the picture of you and your background. And from here, what's probably going to happen as of this recording, what's probably going to happen, it's going to ask you if you want to download the newest version of this software. And you can choose to do that or not. Whichever way you go, it really doesn't matter. If you do choose to download the new version, once you do that, please restart your computer so we can have the drivers and the files correctly installed. You will be able to use it without restarting your computer, but in my opinion, I just think it's best that you restart it. It'll take 30 seconds, maybe a minute with today's computers to reboot and have all the drivers and files properly installed. And that's basically it. Once you're in your camera settings, you'll have you can adjust the brightness and I believe the frequency, the hertz, and so on and so on. So whatever you choose to do, play with it and figure out what's the best setting for you. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.